So we've done a couple videos already with the Mac FlowPass and the old school FLOWMASTER 40 series. And today we're going to be able to hear what the old school FLOWMASTER Deltas sound like versus the 40 series. And of course we got audio on the Macs, so I'm going to be able to show you all that at the end. Let's get this car over to the shop. We got a muffler swap to do. Then I'm going to take you on a drive and let you know what I think. TKX McLeod Twin Disc RXT. Pedal feels, man, that pedal is so easy to do. I mean, you can almost push this clutch in on a cable driven by arm. Just muscle it in, man. The TKX shifts like butter, I'll tell you that right now. But anyways, but we're talking about mufflers today. Let's get over here and get them swapped. Got old cousin Paul ready for us. We got how many mufflers in there already waiting? About 5 or 6 sets, huh?
Yeah.
Got some noise to make, don't we? Cousin Paul ain't no stranger to some burnouts. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, this is our black, what used to be our Turbo Fox body. The last couple months, we actually switched it back to naturally aspirated, where we built the 387 budget junkyard stroker build. For the most part, I got 300 bucks in this whole stroker stock bottom end. Got a bunch of stock parts in there, but we do have a $300 crankshaft and some machining. I love this stuff. I love doing the budget shit. You know, we're doing the axle stuff, but we're not really here to talk about the engine. We're here to switch the mufflers over and get a little sound clip in. Okay, so we set this exhaust up with BBK 1 3/4 headers that we actually modified from a 3.5 to a 3" to have a nice little even transition. And the whole exhaust is 3" X pipe that we created. And we made these little slip bits here so we can just take our mufflers in and out. If you've been with us on the channel, you kind of already know what we were doing. This is actually the second set of mufflers that we did. And the other old school Deltas that we're about to do over on the table is going to be the third set. We got multiple sets still to go. I mean, we're going to probably do 10 sets of mufflers by the end of the year, where you guys will be able to see the different sounds that we have in this car, all in the same exhaust, the same car, the same motor. It'd be pretty cool to see different mufflers at 3" sound what they sound like. All the exhaust is all 3", including the inlet and outlet of the mufflers, so there's nothing that's been reduced. So it definitely makes for that hot rod 1990s iconic sound we all love so much in our Fox bodies with the old school FlowMasters. Like I couldn't even tell you how old these really are. They definitely aren't new, and I've had them sitting in a pile for about 15 years. We just reconditioned a couple sets that we had, and we matched them up. Like these are the Deltas, and those are the 40 series that we're talking about. And I may end up regretting putting these on, but let's give it a shot and see what it sounds like. We've had mufflers in a pile for a number of years, and these are old school 10-plus-year-old FlowMaster sets. When we converted our first set, we didn't know that we had 2 different part numbers, so we just converted another set just like it. We'd make another video with the 40 series chambered aggressive muffler versus the 40 series Delta Flow less aggressive sound. We had mocked up 2 different mufflers. One was a 42443, and the other one that we did was a 942543-120. We didn't mean to do the extra mufflers. We might as well bring it to the channel and let you guys hear it. If you didn't want the loud 40 series obnoxious dumps or whatever, I was told that the Deltas were a little bit of a different sound, a little bit of a deeper, like more quieter sound. I never ran them. Matter of fact, I think the black car actually did years and years and years ago, but it didn't have an exhaust on it to begin with. So we're gonna end up just hot swapping these mufflers. It shouldn't take too long, as we don't have to make any more adapters. We just gotta get it and fit, just like we did the other set. There's an inlet, there's an outlet, and get them swapped over and see what it sounds like. So our very first video that we did with the mufflers was the OG Max, and I've had these sitting in a pile for a long time. I ended up having to convert it to 3-inch, which ended up working out pretty well. They sounded really, really awesome. In my opinion, I started with one of the best mufflers that you could actually do. The next muffler we're gonna be doing here in the next week or so is from our friends at Vibrant. Big shout out to Cassius for sending us some Vibrant mufflers to try. So we will be giving these away on the channel on a live stream. So. Look, I ain't one to complain a whole lot, but y'all need to make your mind up with brake cleaner. It's getting more expensive and it sucks even worse anymore. The cost of brake cleaner, number one, is ridiculous. And for it not to be as good as it used to be, well, what did they do to it? When we built this exhaust, we made it so these little things, these are actually pretty neat. These little couplers or whatever, goes from 3.5 OD to 3.5 ID or whatever. So it lets us swap these out. Now, as far as the other mufflers are concerned, like the SLPs and the Vibrants I'm about to show you, we got to make an adapter, but that's not here, that's not now, so we won't worry about it. Let's get started. It probably wasn't smart that we drove it before we flipped the mufflers. Just leave it on. Got to make a little bit of an adjustment on the right one, but we're going to go ahead and go with it for now, as we're just doing a muffler video just for these Deltas. We'll probably end up sticking the Mac Flow Pass in for the Motor City Fox Fest that we're going to this weekend, because I like it to be a little bit raspy, but we got a little bit cleaning up to do before we hit that show. But let's get it down and fire it up and see what it sounds like. So if you notice too, though, we ended up putting our 18s back on. To get these to fit on a Fox body, the 9404 style, you got to run a little bit of spacer and 3-inch studs in the front. I do like my Cobra reps we had on there with that big old 10.5-inch wheel in the back. This car driving down the street's like two cats fighting in the bag, boy. Big old ass. Woo.
I like them though.
This bitch was twerking going down the road, bro. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I already know I'm gonna hear it. My fuel pump is loud. We run E85 on our 387 stroker, but you're gonna have to live with it. Go ahead and fire it up. Don't sound half bad. That don't sound half bad, cousin Fred. We'll get a sound clip over here. All right, we're gonna go do a little bit of a sound clip over in the same exact spot that we were the other two sets, you know, just for reference. So the other two sound clips are done right here in this area, so I'm going to do the same thing here. FLOWMASTER sounds. Again, these are old FLOWMASTERs, and even the Mac ones that I did here on the channel, they're old. They've been sitting around for a decade plus. And we just recently modified all three of those mufflers from 2.5, 2.25 to 3-inch. So definitely brought some life out of them for sure. But these mufflers, you can tell there is a slight difference in the FLOWMASTER sound, basically at idle, and really when you kind of get into it. They don't sound bad though. No, I don't really regret putting them on. I might just leave them on for a while just to kind of get the idea of what they sound like. Smell it. You can smell them old mufflers burning in. Jeez. Woo. Them is old. Some old ass muffler. You smell them? Yeah, I see. Dang. If you guys enjoyed this sort of content, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think. Consider subscribing to the channel, become a member of the channel. Got some t-shirts for sale at neomustangs.com. Go check it out. Got all kind of colors, all kind of hats. Appreciate everybody for watching. We'll see you soon in the next video.